Very nice.
Very nice.
Time now for Consumer Confidential with David Lazarus.
That's right. Laz is in studio with us right now. A new report says the Trump administration wants to eliminate that EV tax credit. Something about this doesn't shake up right, but do explain.
Well, there's a lot of things going on here. In essence, the story here is Reuters reporting today, citing sources that it says have direct knowledge of what's going on, and they're telling Reuters that President-elect Trump wants to do away with the $7,500 tax credit for electric vehicles. And that tax credit, of course, is a key component in transitioning the country from fossil fuels to electricity, and that in itself is a key component of trying to reverse climate change. But that's apparently not really what the president is thinking about. Even though President-elect Trump says that he feels that climate change is a hoax, regardless of the fact that virtually every reputable climate scientist says, no, it's not. Apparently, according to Reuters, what is on Trump's mind is that trying to find savings for trillions of dollars in new tax cuts. And doing away with the EV tax credit, at least according to this report, is a way that Trump sees being able to move more federal money towards the tax cuts. Now, first of all, that doesn't add up mathematically. We're talking about trillions of dollars in tax cuts. This year alone, there have been about $2 billion in EV tax credits. So that really doesn't pencil out. In any case, what we seem to be talking about here is basically jeopardizing the planet for the sake of making rich people richer. I mean, there's not two ways to look at this. Now, if you're wondering, well, wait a minute, what about Tesla? Tesla's the leading maker of electric vehicles, and its CEO is one of the president-elect's biggest financial backers. Where do they stand? According to Reuters, Tesla says it's in favor of doing away with the tax credit, even though other car makers say if you do this, it will make EVs $7,500 more expensive and virtually kill off the EV market, at least as far as they see it, because sales are already lagging. And that might be why Tesla is supporting this, because if it can get other car makers out of the game, then it has the whole pool to itself. Who knows? Look, in any case, a president has a right to pursue any policy that he pleases. That's not the issue here. The issue here is that if we do away with the EV tax credit and backslide on our efforts to try to reverse climate change, we and our children and our children's children will ultimately pay the price.
All right. Elon Musk, head of Tesla, right? Biggest electric vehicle car company, perhaps most well known. Elon Musk, richest man in the world. Elon Musk also tapped to head the new Department of Government Efficiency. I won't use the acronym. No. But that said, if they take away this tax credit, I know you said Tesla's in favor of it, but that's got to be not favorable to Elon Musk, because fewer people will be buying electric cars. And if Elon Musk is to be believed that his mission is to save humanity by getting more people in electric cars, by exploring space, etc., why would he support this? Why would Tesla support this? Why is this a good idea?
Look at it from the long game. Tesla is by far the market leader when it comes to EVs. Everyone else is trying to get table scraps over whatever Tesla leaves over. If Tesla can drive other car makers out of this marketplace, and already Ford, GM, they're all saying they have to cut back on their EV production, well, longer term, that leaves Tesla virtually alone in the marketplace to call the shots, especially if we implement tariffs on overseas EVs and thus keep them out of the market as well. I'm just speculating here, but that seems to be the only end game that Tesla seems to get out of this. Otherwise, it's just politics.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know how this could be political, but Chipotle finally getting it after skimping on the serving sizes.
Or have they? That's what a new lawsuit is trying to find out. A proposed class action lawsuit has been filed by a Chipotle shareholder who is alleging in the suit that Chipotle workers are deliberately skimping on the ingredients in burritos and burrito bowls. It's a problem that's become so big online amidst all the viral griping that there's actually a word for it. Skimpgate. And this is something that, in fact, Chipotle has addressed in the past. In July, then CEO Brian Niccol, who is now the CEO of Starbucks, said he is aware of this dissatisfaction, and he believes that the company needs to recommit itself to what he called generous portions for all of its products. I'm here to tell you I'm not sure if Niccol's mandate has succeeded. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Chipotle and got a burrito, and I stood there watching the guy kind of just putting in just not quite enough of all the ingredients into the burrito, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, what happened to Skimpgate? This is all supposed to be different now. So it's an open question as to whether they've actually turned this particular corner. But let's address the real question here, and that is a class action lawsuit really the best way to address customer dissatisfaction over a product? And the answer to that is no, it's really not. The answer to this is stop patronizing that business if you don't like its products. If you feel that Chipotle burritos are too skimpy, goodness knows here in the Southland, there's no shortage of burritos. All you got to do is look around a little bit. And if you decide to put your money where your mouth is, or put it to a walk with your wallet, what you're doing is making an opening for a competitor who might be able to step up and offer really generous burritos. We will see.
Two things
Yes.
about this. I totally agree with you that Chipotle is, while very good, and I eat there often, very low on the list of good Mexican places to go in Southern California.
Yes.
But growing up in the generation where Chipotle came onto the scene, and as a poor college student, you can go get a whopping baby of a burrito for $6.50.
Yep.
We have expectations.
I hear you.
You're going to raise the prices, keep the portions
But there
the
was a
same.
time when a Chipotle burrito was this, and now it's this.
Yes.
Is that a big difference? No. But is it a difference? I would say there's a little something to Skimpgate, at least
Yes.
based on my experience.
Completely.
Yeah.
So they should stay to their very large sizes if they're going to keep raising the price.
But is this worthy of a class action lawsuit? I think there's probably better things our legal system could be focusing on.